Big week of Thanksgiving here in WoW. We got a lot of stuff to get into, a bunch of stuff for Midnight dropping, how Blizzard's new philosophy post-add-ons is going to work with boss fights. We now have our first look at that. Also, overall, get health of the game and everything. We get into all that shit, so let's just jump straight in. Are you guys looking for a way to spend your Black Friday dollars? That's right, you thought you were watching the news? No, you're watching a great ad for a great system. Starforge is running over close to $1,000 off, if not more, on a bunch of their PCs. We're talking about some of their best PCs out there, some of their special edition stuff. They are running a special for Black Friday. It already has begun and will continue on through the weekend. $1,000 off some of their best PCs and prices off on some of their starter PCs as well. The Horizon 3 right now, their starter build, less than $1,000. You can use my link or use code Samiccus at checkout to get some of your favorite Starforge PCs for some of the best prices they've ever had them out there. Get it while the getting is good. Get your gaming right. Gift it to a friend or gift it to yourself if you want. That's right, Starforge PCs running their Black Friday special. This week in WoW, we already know Legion Remix. Really, what is the final phase of Legion Remix? There is one more phase of Legion Remix coming still, but that's really just like the overall finisher. This is the final phase of like real new content. So jump into Legion Remix if you haven't already. Probably some of the best transmog and mounts in that event are available now. 21st anniversary also going on. The only real new thing is this transmog armor set. I mean, if you like it, get it. If you don't, say fuck it. It's going on out in Tanaris, just like the 20th anniversary was. From November 16th to December 7th, you can go out there and do some of those fun things. Mists of Pandaria Classic also heading into the mystical isles of Mists of Pandaria. We have a buff to enhance your Odyssey through Azeroth, increasing experience gains by 50% up to level 90 from November 18th to December 9th. And then WoW Classic Anniversary Edition Realms from November 16th to the 23rd. Your chance to get spells by, Unrelenting Rally Cry of the Dragon Slayer buff. Increasing your damage spells by 5%, range by 10%, I should say, range by 5%, and grants 140 attack power. Get that buff, do those things, yeah, have a good time with it all. Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary Classic Andy Double Classic Edition is dropping on January 13th. For those of you who want to replay through Burning Crusade for the 36th time, you'll be able to pick if your tune advances on, going from the regular Classic Anniversary Realms into this one, and getting this package deal will get you this really cool mount actually for retail. It's a glorious mount. I've actually seen some people riding it around already. The Nether Drake still goes down as one of the best mounts in the game, I have to say. So, yeah, you can get this little Classic Anniversary, I don't know, rebuy. How many times have you had a chance to buy Burning Crusade now? Like, this is your third time? You can get this one and get this little package deal of stuff for Classic and for retail. Also, Turbulent Timeways, kicking off on December 2nd through February 3rd. Shadowlands joining the Turbulent Timeways lineup, so that'll be a fun one. You're going to go through weeks. This is the longest Turbulent Timeways I believe we're getting. 10 consecutive weeks of Turbulent Timeways. You'll also be able to get a cool looking mount, the bronze versions of your, the Order Hall? Not the Order Hall. The Covenant mounts, that's what they were. Get your bronzified versions of your Covenant mounts. You'll be able to pick one to get if you complete the challenge here, or buy them with your Time Warp badges. So yeah, spending Time Warp badges in this event, good idea always. There's plenty of stuff to get. Mists of Pandaria Classic. A Thunder King arrives December 9th, probably the best patch of Mists of Pandaria. Always a good one to play through. And if you're a Mists of Pandaria enjoyer, you're about to enter probably the best era of Mists of Pandaria. And then now available as well, we have Christy Goulding's Blood Ties. Get the audiobook if you have it for this one. It's always a good listen to. The prelude, basically, of Midnight. So going through with Erator, Turelion, and Illyria as they hunt down demons. Should be a good one. If you haven't listened to these before, I usually enjoy them a lot. Honestly, Before the Storm was one of my favorite ones before BFA. This one might be good too. We'll have to see. And then if you got $90, burn a hole in your pocket. Yeah, there's a $90 mount that you can get again. The Brutosaur is back, and you can go ahead and purchase that one all the way through January 5th. So it'll be gone again. Who knows if they bring it back a third time. We'll see. Now, looking at Blizzard here, talking about add-on removal and everything, and I've talked about this quite a lot lately. Look, Blizzard's removing add-ons, and the way boss fights currently work is they were really designed with add-ons in mind. So Blizzard's removal of add-ons is going to require us to deal with things a little bit differently. And right now, the way the boss fights are designed wouldn't really work, but Blizzard's new design philosophy is finally coming through in a major way. We're seeing some of the first boss fights here post add-ons, and what Blizzard plans on doing with add-ons or add-on-less boss fights going forward. We see our first mechanic here, which is really like a match mechanic. So what happens here, and what you're going to see here, is this is the final boss in the raid on Quel'Danas, I think is the name of this thing, the March on Quel'Danas, right? We're fighting a Void-touched Naru, and it's going to shutter some symbols up, right? And what you're going to have to do is certain players are going to be assigned the symbols, and you got to get in order of the order that they were flashed on the screen, and then a beam is going to circle around. When that beam circles around, if you don't hit the symbols in the correct order, everybody in the raid gets a dot for everyone that's missed. So you see here triangle, X, circle, diamond. So that's the order. So now these are going to go out on the players, and the players have to arrange themselves in a circle around the boss before the beam goes out, and they completely fucked it up, and now the beam goes out, and bam, 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 there you go. So if it hits them in the wrong order, every time it hits in the wrong order, the players are going to get hit with a little debuff there. Now, this is an add-on. This is a mechanic that Blizzard admits could not be in the game if it were add-on. You know, we were still playing the add-on version of the game where add-ons basically trivialize everything. So this is cool, a little foreshadow, I guess, of some of the new mechanics we're going to be getting. Also, things that'll be changing, Mythic Plus dungeons. Going to be much, much easier. Without add-ons, Blizzard knows that, you know, a lot of the Mythic Plus mechanics, the triple interrupts and all this other shit going on is just really not as possible without add-ons. Well, Blizzard's working on reducing a lot of that stuff. We see here another patch goes through, tons of clutter reduced, lots of creatures reduced, smaller mob pulls. That's what they want here. And a lot of health reductions, interrupt reductions, ability reductions. All these things are supposed to make Mythic Plus easier. And again, this is another post-add-on world thing where Blizzard realizes that the complexity of dungeons has only gotten to the point it's gotten to because they know players are going to use add-ons to help them understand what they got to do, what they got to interrupt, and how quickly it's got to go off. Now we're going to have longer time to do things, less things to do, and overall just an easier experience, I think. I think this is going to be good. I'm hoping that they balance things out right where, yes, it's still challenging in a way, but in the post-add-on world, it's just going to be an easier fight overall, both in rating and in Mythic Plus. The test for the Midnight pre-patch delayed once again. I don't know what this means for Midnight going forward. I'm talking about how they're changing the game. They might just break the entire thing, because this is now the second time that the pre-patch event has been delayed for testing purposes. So now they're not even giving us a date. Originally, I think it was like the week of November 17th, we were supposed to get this thing tested, and then they delayed it until Friday, November 21st, and now they're delaying it again indefinitely, I guess, into December. I mean, they're just saying early December at this point. They're not even giving us a date anymore for when this thing's going to be testable. I guess they've been trying to get the testing realm up, and for some reason, this thing's just breaking over and over. So I don't know what that means for things going forward. At least, I guess, they're not releasing it in a broken form. They're catching it before they release it. Hopefully this means the testing and everything will lead to a smooth launch when the pre-patch finally launches. But for now, something about this pre-patch is breaking things and they can't even get it out for testing. So there you go. We won't be testing this, it looks like, until early December. If you're a fan of mounts, hey, it looks like we're getting a new secret mount. That's right, a new secret hunter's mount. The secret hunting community out there in World of Warcraft is usually really, really good at doing this shit. If you haven't joined their Discord before, I suggest you do it. Right now, all they know is that there is, in fact, some sort of secret mount coming out at Midnight. So for those of you who enjoy the secret finding stuff, you'll have more to do here in Midnight coming up. Also, more mounts coming. We know some of the trading post mounts that will be dropping in Midnight now, and there's a theme here going on. So we've seen some of these, the flying carpets. I talked about this maybe being a hint at a loon or something. I have no idea, or it's just another flying carpet with a moon pillow. Who knows? But we're also getting some viney boys. That's right, some snap vines. So a nice, cool-looking viney boy to fly around on. This might be some kind of play on a February trading post for Valentine's Day. We also have another plant-like mount here with the snail boy. So the snail rose mount, this is actually a pretty cool-looking snail mount. It's got a little bucket here for watering your plants, a little bit of leaves on the back. Pretty cool-looking mount. Again, might be a play on some fall transmog or a spring transmog, or it could be some kind of February Valentine's Day stuff going on. We'll see, but these mounts are really cool. More stuff to come, I guess, with the trading post. I'm not a big fan of the flower stuff, but I can appreciate it for what it is, and that this is a pretty cool, well-designed mount with the rose shell and everything else. We'll see what else we get in the trading post. Okay, Overall health of the game. Nice little health check. Another week has passed, which means we can look at back and compare this to Dragonflight and see what it looks like right now. We are at the dark blue line for Season 3. And we look at the numbers here and we see we're at an all-time low, right? We haven't been this low. One thing about Dragonflight that people don't realize is in terms of retention numbers, honestly, Dragonflight was one of the best expansions we've ever seen. It's pretty damn good. And comparing right now to Dragonflight, we're a little bit lower than we were at this point in the War Within. So the War Within's a little bit lower than Dragonflight was, and that's not a bad thing. That doesn't mean the expansion's a freaking shit show or something. It just means retention's a little bit down. People got other things they're doing right now as they prepare for Midnight. So looking overall, we've seen an 82% drop-off for the final season of the War Within as compared to Dragonflight's final season, which was a 74% drop-off. Now remember, Dragonflight's final season had the entire revisiting of raids and everything. I forgot what we called it. But all the raids opened up and you could go back and do them again and all that shit. We're not doing that this time around. We're just getting a Season 3. So maybe that's why the retention numbers are a little bit lower. But they are a little bit lower. So there you go. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, things teetering off towards the end of expansion. No surprise there. And finally, player housing. We know player housing is launching at least the early access version of it for those people who have pre-ordered the expansion. And player housing is about to bring some of the most Roblox-esque gameplay we've ever seen in the game. So yeah, people are already starting to create these obstacle courses. And I think this is going to open up the game to a lot of new player-created or community-created events and stuff like that. But here we see someone creating an obstacle course. I've seen my son do shit like this in Fortnite 1,000 times or Roblox, where they have these obstacle courses that are player-made. So here you go. This guy's jumping up. We even see here an obstacle course made more for demon hunters. Right, look at this one where they got to use a speed boost, dash around and everything. A lot of cool player community stuff is going to come out of player housing. I don't think we've even touched the surface, really, of what player housing is going to bring to the community in terms of community-made events. But for now, we're seeing players use their creativity, make some really cool stuff. Demon Hunters will be a cheat code for this kind of stuff. But we'll see what kind of things players create as we go forward. A lot of stuff coming of player housing and a lot of potential out there for player-created stuff going forward. And for today, that is all in terms of news.